Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Makeup Monday. Today we're doing brows. I get a lot of questions and a lot of people saying they have no idea how to do their brows. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I see a lot of really janky brows during my travels around. When I see people on Instagram with really boxy brows, it hurts my heart a little bit, you know? So now I'm gonna show you my way to do brows. I usually like a little bit more natural, but still structured. So that's how I do it. In makeup, there's no rules. So really, however you do your brows, if you feel great, then that's great for you. But if you really need some instruction, I'm here to help you with that today. So we are going to up our brow game today. Stay tuned. Today, the things you are going to need, you're gonna need a spoolie. You're gonna need a brow brush. You're gonna need some sort of brow product, okay? You can go and get one of these guys, brow brush and a spoolie on the other end. Very convenient. It doesn't really matter what brow product you use, honestly. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow today because that's my favorite. This is a drugstore version of that. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. And then if you want to use like a pencil kind of thing like this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but NYX has one just like it too, which is from the drugstore. Then it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to use, just get ready to get your brows done. First thing we're going to talk about is shade. Now, I don't really like seeing girls with like blonde hair and like super black eyebrows, to be honest. It's just too harsh for me. Brows, I feel, need to have structure, but they need to be a little bit more subtle, because if your brows are too just boom in your face, dark or bold, then they take away from the rest of your makeup. So, say you are a blonde, but your eyebrows are really dark. Well, you should not go for really dark. Do not match your eyebrows. Go more with your hair. So this is the Anastasia blonde color, and I really like this one. It's lighter, and even if you have dark eyebrows, this will make it look much better, I promise. Please do not go for the darkest brown. Like, my eyebrows are black. Am I doing the darkest brown? No, I'm doing a medium brown. Sometimes I even use the blonde on really, really subtle days. So please do not go super dark, pick the right shade. I would go one shade lighter than your brows, and it may sound weird, but I promise you it will make the world of difference. Okay, we're gonna get started now that you're zoomed in and really intimate with my face. No judging. I'm going to take my pomade, my brush, dip it in there a little bit. It's hard to do when it's so zoomed in. You don't need very much. I wipe the excess off on the side. You take your spoolie and brush your brows up. I'm trying to look in the screen here. Brush them all fully up. Now the first thing I do is I start at the tail. This is the tail of your brow, and I work forward. So I'm gonna go ahead, I gotta grab my mirror here. And I just do small, they're like strokes. Just going straight up. And then I'll go just like this to fill in the tail. And then I keep doing strokes. So at this point, I go ahead and I will do a little bit of a line, just because I want the structure. But I will stop right here, just after your pupil there. The trick with mine is I barely put anything on the front. That's what makes it so boxy. If you're putting product on the front, then you're just gonna have box eyebrows, and it doesn't look cute. It really doesn't. If you feel like it looks cute, then that's great, but I don't think it looks cute, and that's not the way I wanna do them. So I fill in basically this area, sparsely with small strokes. Giggity. If your eyebrows are more sparse, then you might have to put a little bit more product on, but mine are fairly full, so I feel like I don't have to use very much. So now that I've got that kind of shape the way I want it, like it's not down too low, don't go out of your eyebrow. It's not too high. I go ahead and I take my spoolie again and I brush everything down. It gives you a really clear shape. Even if your eyebrows aren't plucked or waxed perfectly, you'll still get a clear shape. Don't worry about any hairs that are up or that haven't been plucked. Don't worry about that. No one's even gonna notice. So, dip your brush again, just a little bit. And I do small strokes down. It'll help give some natural texture. Now you're gonna take your spoolie and you're gonna brush it the way you want your eyebrows to lay. Dip it again. And then go on with little strokes into any areas that you're unhappy with and just help to fill them in so you don't have any sparse areas or bare areas. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. I might do a few more strokes down here. Okay, now when there's basically nothing left on my brush, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna do a few like boop, in the front, barely any. Like you're barely even touching the front at all. Hardly anything on there, but just enough to give it a little oomph without making it look like you're drawing a complete box. So now, sorry, eyes itchy. Now you're going to take your spoolie and you're going to blend. Just like with anything else with makeup, you have to blend your eyebrows as well. So you're just going to comb these bad boys out. See how nice and fluffy and natural they look? You've got some hairs sticking out, that's fine. Don't worry about that, we'll deal with that later. Just comb until everything's nice and blended and even. You don't see any spots with too much product. Sometimes if I feel that the front of my brow is a little bit too thick, I will comb like crazy, and then I'll even put a little bit of translucent powder on my spoolie and just lightly brush it in the front to kind of tone down the color a little bit. So there, those are brushed out. I'm happy with it. It's natural, but it's full and it's shaped. You can do little touch-ups if you feel that you blended a little too much, because I do like a sharp kind of tail on my brow as well. There's not much hair on the tails of my brows. Well, on the other side anyway. This is my good brow. Am I the only one who has a favorite eyebrow? Is that just a weird thing I do? Because she is my favorite. Today. So you can leave your eyebrows just like this. They are done, they're beautiful. But if you're like me and your eyebrows tend to have a mind of their own and they go everywhere, then this is a really important step. So you can use a brow gel or a cheaper alternative, get some soap. This I just got from the drugstore. There's 3 bars in here, which means I have enough brow gel to last me a lifetime. Okay, so you take your spoolie, you get it wet, you take your soap, and you rub it on there lightly. Snapchat. Holly, that was totally you. So you take your spoolie and get it wet. You take your soap, and you rub just like that lightly. Don't get too much on there, but just a little bit. And then you very lightly, barely touching your brows, just put a little bit on there. And just comb it lightly the way that you want your brows to lay all day. These are called soap brows. They're very handy. Your brows will stay in place. And it is just, it's beautiful, it really is. There. So now you have set your eyebrows really lightly with soap. And it's cheap. Perfect. So that was our first Makeup Monday. We got beautiful brows now. I hope you learned something. Please tag me on Instagram at momlikesmakeup, hashtag momlikesmakeup, hashtag Makeup Monday, the whole deal. Follow, subscribe, you know the drill. I will see you next week. Bye.